Okay, let's have a crack at doing an example. So here we have A and B. So the first thing I need to do is I need to check out that they're comfortable for multiplication. So A is a 2 by 2 matrix and B is a 2 by 3 matrix. And to be comfortable for multiplication, the number of columns of A has to match the number of rows of B. So those two have to match, which in this case they do, so it's comfortable for multiplication. And if I'm trying to have A times B equals C, then C is going to be a matrix. The first element of C is going to be the first row of A dotted with the first column of B. Okay, so that's what I was talking about up here. So the first element 1, 1 is the first row of A and the first column of B. And then the next element of C is going to be, it's in the first row, so it's going to be the first row of A again, this time with the second column of B, and then the first row of A and the third column of B. And likewise we now go on to the second row, so the second row of A with the first column of B, second row of A with the second column of B, and the second row of A now with the third column of B. And then it's just a matter of doing those dot products. So the first one, 1 and 2 is 3, 3 and 4 is 7, 1 and negative 2 is negative 1, 0 and negative 1 is negative 1, 0 and negative 2 is negative 2, and 0 and 1 is 1. So this is the matrix C, which is A times B. And to be perfectly honest, if I do one of these, I would never write this middle stage. I would just go straight to the answer, and I would just think, pour that row into that column. So 1 times 1 and 1 times 2 is 3, 1 times 3 is 3, and 2 and 2 is 4, 3 and 4 is 7, 1 and negative 2 gives you negative 1, and then repeat with the process with the second row. So 0 and negative 1 is negative 1, 0 and negative 2 is negative 2, 0 and 1 is 1. And just think of it as tipping the rows of A into the columns of B. But if you want to write it out formally, that's fine. But that's how you do matrix multiplication. So really important that when you start it, you check that it's comfortable for multiplication, and then you go through and do this step by step, just work out each row into each column. And if you want to find a particular element, if I wanted to find this element here, which is the second row in the second column, I'd use the second row of A and the second column of B. So if you don't want to work out the whole matrix, you just want one element, just do the row from A and the column from B, and you'll get the appropriate answer.